Welcome to another LEGO Star Wars 2014 set review. This time it'll be set 75038, Jedi Interceptor. From ages 7 to 12 it contains 223 pieces, 2 minifigs, and 1 Jedi Interceptor for $24.99. Before I show you the set and the minifigures up close, I will rate a few areas of the set from a scale of 1 to 10, and it'll help you better understand a little bit more about the set and see maybe if you'd like to go out and buy it or not. The first area is the minifigs, and I give that a 9 out of 10 because they are both new, even the R2-D2, believe it or not. The new R2 is a lot detailed than the previous versions, and so is the Anakin, and both of them are great representations of the actual characters for Anakin Episode 3 and R2-D2 altogether. So I don't think they're going to get more detailed than that, and I would definitely represent my Anakin from Episode 3 with this one. So that's why I give the minifigs a 9. You couldn't really ask for much more, that's why. And the rest of the set, I also give a 9. The Jedi Interceptor is great. I love it, the way it looks, and how it functions. It could use a little bit more, and I'll explain what that is later, but I think that they did pretty good on it. Especially looking at the older version, which I'll show you in a little bit. The building experience, I give a 7 out of 10 though, because it was pretty annoying to build the wings, believe it or not, because there are just so many layers. And every single layer you have to add on a certain amount of pieces to each side of the wing. You have to make sure that they're in the right place, and you have to make sure that you have all the pieces there. So that caused a little bit of trouble, but nothing you can't handle. And it would be higher, but then it was just a little bit annoying. The parts, I give an 8 out of 10. Because it does come with some cool pieces, and some pieces that you don't see very often, especially the yellow in Star Wars, and the cockpit, and just some, pieces here and there. Value for money, I give a 7 out of 10. I know that seems a little low, but it could be a bit bigger, like every single set that they make for the money. See, the value for money is just always going a little bit lower, steadily going lower. So I would have liked that to be a little bit better, either on the price or the size of the set. So that's it for the value. Playability, I give an 8 out of 10, because it does have the 2 spring-loaded missiles, and it does have the cockpit, and it's very swooshable. So not bad there, but not extremely good. The overall look is a 9 out of 10 because it does look great. There's one thing that I think would make it look a little bit better, and that's why it's not a 10, because I would have no problem giving it a 10 if it had this. Overall, altogether, I give an 8 out of 10. It's a good set, but I just don't feel like putting it at a 9. Only the, really good value for money sets get the 9s. So that's just why it's an 8. And I think that's a good rating. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the minifigs now. Up close, here's Anakin. I really like this version, especially because of how he's smiling. You don't really see that in Episode 3 where he's smiling with the gold headset. I think they went a little bit too far on the face details, though. Especially the new Luke that's about to come out. It's, for the Sandcrawler, it's just way too detailed to look good. But I think this one does look good, especially with the smile. The legs are just brown, dark brown, with the black on top of them, which looks good, like he's wearing his Jedi robe. And the front, brown on black. And the back looks pretty much the same, with the pockets and the compartments. Same hair as, I believe, the Clone Wars version, just darker brown. And here's the front, and here's the angry Anakin, which still looks really good. R2-D2 is the next one, and last. But he's really good. I love the dark blue on the pearl dark gray. That looks really good. Especially because this one is not a Clone Wars version. And I was using the Clone Wars version as my the best representation of R2-D2. And I like the detailing on the body. They still need to get going on the back of the body though for R2. But the dome, same as usual. The Jedi Interceptor is the part of the set that I'll be reviewing. So, here we go on the set. I'll start with the wing. Just look at the S foils on the sides. They fold up nicely, and you can position them the way you like that. And this goes part of the good rating on the overall look, 9 out of 10, because it does look like the one in the movie. From the front, I'm not sure how I feel about this though. Right underneath here, where R2 would sit, I'll show you that right now. He goes right here, obviously, but he clicks in like that, and he fits in there. But see where his legs is? Where his leg is? Yeah, the other side has that too, but it's empty. So that's kind of what they used for the stand of how it stands up. So here's the bottom. You have the rounded pieces that go on the bottom just so that it doesn't scrape. So it slides right here and here and here. So that's what they use for the stand, how it sits, just kind of slides around. But the one thing that would have made it look better on the overall look is if it did have a stand, like a landing gear. Sorry, landing gear. If it had landing gear, it would have definitely been a 10. Because the original set of the Interceptor looks great with the landing gear sitting down. So, that's it for that wing. And the other wing, you can see right in here, looks like that. This is a sticker. This piece is not a sticker. Here's the top of the cockpit, and the front is the same as it's always been. The inside, though, that is a sticker for the control panel. And instead of like a lever or an actual tilted up brick, it has just this control panel like you would press buttons on. And it is the same as well, it's actually different than the original 2012 model of the Interceptor, except for this time it's Anakin's instead of Obi-Wan's. So the inside of Obi-Wan still has the lightsaber thing right behind the back where he would sit, which is one thing I don't like. See, when you sit Anakin in it, well, he leans up against the lightsaber thing, and it doesn't really look that good, especially because that's not how it was in the movie. But that's no problem. Nothing really to worry about here. And I like especially how it hinges. It's never going to come off unless you pull it out. But I think it looks great. And from the back, that looks really cool too with the blue. And this won't come off either. And to use the spring-loaded missiles, press it down, and it shoots. It shoots great, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi original version does not have that. He just has the flick-fire missiles right underneath on the opposite side of where the R2 would be. And that's another thing that would have made it better. Why couldn't they put that in here? It's completely empty for just no reason. It's not like they couldn't add the extra pieces into the set. It would have made it better, and that's definitely a place where they could have used those pieces. So that's that for that set. The original Interceptor, sorry I'm running out of space here, this is it.